required of every man that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow men.
Boy.
Fucking hell. To witness what he cannot share, but might have shared in we're Marley and Marley, avarice and greed.
That's enough of that. Anyway, that's silly. Dear boy, how are you? Good. Good to see you. It's been a little minute. It's been a minute, It's been a little minute, Pat. So, this is our Christmas edition. We're very Christmassy, as you can see. About us, and we're going to spend the next however long it takes us to waffle about lots of things. First of all, let's have a little apology. Oh, it's very Mercury, look. A little apology for being absent for the last 6 months because we've been fucking useless. Cal was dead. But I'm all right now. He's back, like Marley and Marley. Like Slim through the day. And, basically, so this is episode 20 of the Dear Boys podcast. And as you can see... Look video. Yeah, we're in Ibiza. We're at Pike's Bar. We're expanding, man. And, people kept saying we should do videos, didn't they? Yeah, so one person did. Yeah, Rick. I think Rick was like, do video. Thanks, Rick. So we're giving it a go. We'll jump a little bit. Oh, that touched my knee. Weird. So this is, what day are we on? What day is it today? 20th. It's the 19th. The 19th. It was Wayne's 40th birthday yesterday. Yes. Which was fucking fun. Do you feel any older? Woke up with a bad back this morning. A few more grays. Did you back up with a semi? No, I'm 40 now. Yeah, them days are gone. The dogs are here, so if you hear any barking, it's the dogs. Hey, random cue. Like that. Yeah. Absolutely not. Yeah. He's back. That's your business. So, yeah, we're real. Come on, fucking in. Yeah, so it's been a little while to get to episode 20, which is effectively the final podcast of season 1. It's been emotional, man. It has been emotional. It's been about 6 months, I think, since our last episode, maybe even longer, and a lot's happened in that time. So we're going to use this episode as an opportunity to round off the year and waffle about some previous shit. Podos. Yeah, talk about previous podos. So, got the product placement here, by the way. We'll come on to this soon. But I hadn't even noticed they were there, to be honest. Who put them there? Put them there. Busy bastard. So, yeah, let's crack on. Right, hang on. So, yeah. What's happened then? Fucking lots has happened. I'm going to address the elephant in the room first. How dare you? The other elephant in the room. Oasis are back together. That's what's happened since last time. And me and Wayne are massive nerds when it comes to Oasis. That's how we... Oasis nerds. That's how we became friends, really. Yeah. That's what the conversation we got on to. If you're a dedicated listener, you will have heard this story in a previous podcast. Yeah. I think we should talk about Oasis a little bit further down the line, though. We should. But we don't want to save all our gripes right now because you'll get bored and switch off. But what else has happened in the last year? Tories are out. Red Tories are in. It's no different. It's in the UK, man. The UK is just. It's a bit naff. Yeah, it's not big. What else has happened? Around the bush. Trump's back in. Well, he will be in jail. He got elected, but he'll be back in. Diddy's a nonce. Jay-Z's potentially a nonce. We might talk about famous nonces. Greasy nonces. Yeah, so a lot has happened, really. It's like if someone said 6 months ago that the next time we do a podcast, Oasis are back together, P. Diddy's a nonce, and whatever else happened, what I can't really think of. Yeah. You'd be like, fuck yeah. But yeah, here we are. Things are happening. But yeah, so let's dig into, really, why we haven't been on. Because we've had this conversation with a few people, obviously in the shop, and people that have asked us, and thousands of emails, to be honest. If not tens of thousands. Where's the next episode? Well, here it is. We had people queuing outside the shop, weren't there? Fuming.
There was a riot in Headingham. A riot,
man.
And so there's a good fella with a gun here. Say hello, Dave.
No.
And we're being held at gunpoint to record this podcast.
We need to give the free fans what they want.
Yes.
Apparently. Don't we, Dave?
Yes. All right. You don't have to wait.
Yeah, it's 4 days. It was 5 days till Christmas. So Merry Christmas to one and all.
Yeah. So you're working Christmas Day.
I am. Someone came to the shop the other day and they went, "You're working Christmas Day, you can't." And I was like, "No. The booking system says you are.
Yeah.
So I better sort that out." But I'm not working Christmas Day.
Obviously, because I'm the boss. But you're in.
I'm in
Christmas Day. Because he hasn't actually asked me for it off.
But Mr. Scrooge, it's Christmas.
I do not make merry myself at Christmas. He's not actually working Christmas Day. The whole day.
The whole fucking day.
Yeah, so we haven't been on because basically a few things have changed. So we are, although we're still in the shop as regular as we can be, the hours have changed slightly, especially for you, because Jaden started school and it's a bit more of a challenge for you.
Yeah.
So for us to be able to sit down and find some time to actually sit and do this on a regular basis has been pretty challenging, to be fair. And
not that we don't want to do the podcast.
No, because we do.
To have a giggle, man.
But yeah, it's been a bit of a slog just trying to find it down, and yeah, now we're like, yeah, we should probably get a Christmas podcast out, and so here we are. But what has happened?
Well, Jaden started school now, my boy, and he's an hour away. So in order for me to work through the week, when I've got him, I've got to drive an hour there, an hour back to work, do a half day, drive an hour back to pick him up, to come an hour back to do it again in the morning. And that's not fun, man. 4 hours commuting for one school run's it's not much fun. No. So I'm down to part-time at work now, which is shit. But I've had time to put into this. This why this is here. It's absolute shame.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I've always wanted to spend more time on it. Stuff like to do with the Supersonic. And now I have got time to sit and think about it. It's nice. And we've got this. It's a shameless plug. But this is our new hair putty, which has been selling really well, and it's fucking good stuff. So thank you to people who've been buying stuff like that and supporting me, and then also booking in with me. But I am in there. I'm in mad shifts that I do. Sometimes I do late nights, sometimes early mornings, but I massively appreciate it. So thanks a bundle.
But so that's what's been happening, sort of
keeping us busy
and apart. Keeping us apart.
I've withdrawal symptoms, man.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting there, I think I'll just go to Gabby, I'll just go, I miss Wayne. Most days, like.
I'm not quite so soft. But I do.
So, Pete Diddy's a nonce. No. Apparently, there's all this has come out. There's all this.
Yeah. There's a lot of famous nonces, though.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. My question is, if you become famous, do you have to be a nonce?
And why?
Why? Because, I mean, all right, we're fairly famous through this, but we're not at the level where children have to be involved.
Yeah. I just think people get the power, they get the money, they get their fame, and they just think they're untouchable, don't they?
Yeah, they think I've done everything.
Do you know who should be untouchable? Kids.
Yeah, that's a
But these fuckers think they can do whatever they want, and good riddance of them. Good that they're getting fucking the comeuppance.
Yeah, that's right.
Bring the walls down.
So
man. Get them all out
so
there.
Diddy has now joined the ranks of
Rolf Harris.
Rolf Harris.
Is he on Savile's level? Yeah.
Savile Row.
He maybe, I don't know, man. If more allegations come out about him, he maybe will be, man.
Maybe Joseph Fritzl. Yeah, he wasn't famous. He was just a weirdo.
He became famous.
He became infamous.
Infamous.
Yeah. Who else?
Bad bloke, man.
Schofield.
Yeah. Not a fan.
No.
Who else am I not a fan of?
I don't know.
Who else is the new one on BBC? There's a new one on BBC. Hugh Edwards.
Hugh, yeah.
Dirty pig. If you're listening, Hugh, you're not welcome on our podcast.
Yeah. He'd have made a great guest as well.
David Guest would have as well.
David Joe Guest.
Mm. So yeah, we're going to do next year. Next year? Yeah, next year. We've got a list of things.
That's
list of topics.
We've got a different list.
We've got topics, and we're going to be, rather than waffling on like we like to do, we're going to be waffling on about specific things again. Be a bit more structured. Make time to do the podcast because you like them apparently. I don't know why, because we've been a bit pants like.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's all sorts coming. We're also going to take it on the road, aren't we?
That's the plan. That is the plan.
We want to take it around the world, man.
Yeah, we've booked Wembley.
We've got new dates added for Wembley as well. We'll put them on the socials.
Socials. So yeah, it's been a bit of a slow one, but it's not slow, is it? It's just I feel like at the moment this year has flown by, but it's kind of flown by
unannounced.
Unannounced.
I'm still waiting for the summer. I think the shit thing about living in England is when the summer's average, you wait for the nice days of the summer, and they don't come, and you're like, sound. It's October, and then it's shit for another 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
So it is a slog living in the UK. I do think, but at least we get the weather, I suppose.
Yeah. Should we talk about me turning 40?
Yeah, let's talk about you turning 40.
I turned 40.
And I'm watching you look, man.
Yeah. Well, you look older than me.
I know. People think I'm Wayne's older brother, man. Fucking graze on him. Struth. Not like my grandma Joyce.
See, normally you wouldn't be able to look into the camera and check out. Yeah. But yeah, I'm 40, which means everyone's been for the last couple of weeks. Are you looking forward to your birthday? I'm like, not really.
As you get older,
not really. And people are like, oh, you look, what are we doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I do know what I did now, but
what you doing for your birthday?
Yeah, what are you doing for your birthday? I don't know.
Get the bouncy castle and fucking face pins.
And people are like, why aren't you looking forward to your birthday? Because I'm like, it's just another reminder of the march towards impending doom, isn't it? You know.
Another year closer towards the coffin.
Yeah. So, I think I'm at a point in life where I look at my birthday with trepidation.
I don't know what that word means, but I agree, man.
Yeah,
man, big trepidation.
Big trepos.
And, we went out for a meal last night, didn't we?
We did.
It was nice, man.
Yeah. We went to the Plough at Radwinter, because you'd never been.
Yeah, then you went home for the Plough, didn't you?
No comment.
Oh, God, we're not with our birds, son.
Anyway, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. And
how was the food?
The food was very good. Very good. I want to talk about my birthday gift that you got me.
Oh, yeah. We can segue into something else.
Segue.
What did I get you, though? What I get you?
Let me explain, yeah. I'm
excited, man. Fuck me.
The actual gift that Cal got me was it's a canvas framed painting. I'll put it on the social media. I think.
I can put a face to it now.
And it's done by an amazing artist called Warren, and who's a mate of Cal, a very, very talented artist. So Cal commissioned this painting for me.
It's good, man.
It's really good.
So I got Warren to do this, and if you can see it on the VHS tapes, like the old classics.
Not everybody's going to watch this, so some people will listen. So yes, basically the background is VHS, the cardboard VHS tape cases, and yeah, with the stormtrooper superimposed and painted over them, and it's just incredible.
Yeah, it's cool.
And it's a one of a kind, and I shall treasure it dearly. It's up in my dining room already.
Well, that was a backup gift. As his 40th, I thought I've got to get something good for his 40th.
Yeah.
And the best thing I could think of, as we've said, is an Oasis ticket. So I tried, like a lot more of the world, for about 6 hours when they first came out on Ticketmaster. I was in a queue for about 6 hours for the queue to go.
I was on my way to Espanol.
So I thought, well, he's on the way. I won't tell him. I'll get 4 tickets, one for me, one for you, one from 2 brothers. Get on there. I broke my piggy bank, get it all on there to try and just. Because we didn't know how much they were going to be, the tickets. So I'm here, sitting there like me and Liam were at work trying to get them, didn't get them. And I thought, I had when the tickets were off to your birthday to try and get a ticket for you. And I've tried by hook or by crook, tried loads of different ways of doing it. there was ones going for 500 quid and that, and I was like, okay. And then they were saying, if you pay over the odds for it, it won't be valid anyways. So I was like, well, I'm not going to fork out a load of money for it not to be invalid. So I was waiting and waiting and waiting, but I was running out of time before yesterday. And then I got a message the other day from a friend of mine who I've spoken to recently, saying I've got 4 tickets for Heaton Park, Manchester, and I was like, this is it. 4 days before his birthday, I was like, this is it. This is it. It was a scam. Fucking scammers. It wasn't him. His Facebook had been hacked by some dirty pig. And then they got in touch with me saying, yeah, pay into the account and all that. And I'm usually quite vigilant with shit like that. But I was like, this is it. I've got a week to your birthday. I can get a ticket. I was dancing around the living room, man. And Gabby was buzzing and that. And then, yeah, absolute scamdemonium. So I paid the money. And then the guy messaged me saying, oh, can you send the money? And I was like, sent it, mate. Here's a screenshot. Oh, no, I sent it by PayPal, blah, blah, blah. Started getting a bit fishy. And then, yeah, I eventually got the money back. But I went into work the next day with Wayne. I was just like,
It was
what's
like,
up with you? And I was like,
something to tell.
I thought, I won't tell him because I still might. And I just thought, well, I've just lost, I think about 500 quid. I went down the Swanee and I thought, I've lost that. I've got no money to get my 40th birthday present now. And yeah, the job was absolutely fucked up. Or so I thought. And so I told him, and you just like, oh, you got scammed. It was there. The tickets I thought were there, man. So that's not happened. But now I've run out of time to do it for your birthday. So I've given you an IOU, haven't I?
Yeah.
So this is the pledge now, because we want to go, obviously, like a lot of people, but
I'll stand by you.
and we have obviously we were trying to get tickets, but I was trying to tell people on the slide without even finding out, so I'd give it for his birthday. But now you know.
No one knows.
If anyone knows of any fucking tickets going, but I don't
that aren't a scam,
that I don't have to remortgage. Yeah, preferably not a scam. That I don't have to remortgage my house for. We're going and we're seeing them at some point. I'm confident we'll get them. We've got 6 months to get them, but yeah, if anyone knows anyone, or if anyone's got ones and the girlfriends are pregnant or something, I think we'll go, man.
Yeah.
I think we'll think. Or if Liam Gallagher's listening, I'll send you a free one of these.
Oh no.
Oh no. Or Bonehead.
Bonehead.
I'll send you the free one. The postage.
We'll tag him in. We'll tag him in the podcast when this goes along.
I genuinely think though, I think we will. I genuinely think we're going to get them.
Yeah.
We'll go. So I couldn't think of a better thing to get for him for his birthday than the ticket to go and see our favourite band after 12 years of them being together.
Yeah.
But then Warren literally saved the day, because I was like, I've only got a week till his birthday, and I got in touch with Warren, and he was amazing, and he knows Wayne, he knows of Wayne and all that, and we've got a couple of things in the shop.
Yeah.
And he said, leave it with me, man, and I'll do my best to get it down to you. And he come through with that picture. So if you're listening, mate, thank you so much. Cause
yeah, 100%. I proper love it.
Aye, man. Because and it looked in the flesh. I hadn't seen it. He sent us a photo of it, and I thought, yeah, it looks class. But in the picture, the thing of it, the colours and everything, man.
Yeah. What I really,
good boy, man.
I mean, I'm no art critic, but what I really,
You're a fart critic.
I'm a fart critic. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Yes, very good year, good year.
Yeah.
And
good leg.
But with the print itself, what I really love about it is that where the VHS boxes are basically the canvas that's been worked on, is that they're not kind of filled over so that it's smooth. I love the fact that it's got these layers to it.
It's very unique, isn't it?
And you can see all the brush strokes, and you can see that it's proper lovingly been hand painted, and it's just stunning.
Yeah.
So
So we haven't wrote this down, but we can talk about, because we say we've got. If you want to put them up in the shop or at home, it's your thing. Do whatever you want with it, man. Where you're going to appreciate the most, and people are going to appreciate
it. Dining room.
Dining room.
Yeah.
It's above his bed with that guy. In the mornings. First thing to wake up to. And but we've got another one of Warren's in there and then Will Prince's. We've got different bits of artwork and bits and pieces in the shop.
Yeah.
But what's happening in the shop in January?
Ooh, well done.
Segued left the fucking night.
So in January we're open on New Year's Eve from 9 till 3, just for walk-ins, for people that want a New Year's Eve trim. Me and Liam will be there because he is going off to Canadiashire.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, guy.
Hey, I'm not your buddy guy.
I'm not your buddy. Anyway, we all know the thing. And then from basically the 1st of January to the 6th, because we're reopening on the 6th, redecorating the shop.
Get the faith.
And it's not just to redecorate. So the sinks are getting ripped out. We don't need them. We're reconfiguring the chairs, so the cutting end is all going to be up at the back room of the shop, and then in the front end, I'm building a bar. So we're actually going to have a proper bar in the shop to go with the license, I suppose. And then
you can't have one without the other, can you?
You can't, no. And the longer term plan as well is we're going to look at getting proper decent bean to cup coffee machine. And the intention is that the shop will become more of a social hub, so people can come, they can stop in, they can, pop in, read a paper, have a coffee, use the internet, whatever. And then obviously in the afternoons when we're allowed to serve alcohol, they can sit and have a beer if they want to, so long as they're waiting for their haircut, Mr. Lawman. Wink. Yeah, we want to create that space where people can just come in, because all right, you can go and sit down the cafe if you want, and or wherever other cafes are available, but the amount of people that do pop their heads in on the way past and go, all right lads, how's it going, and they bugger off again, we can go, yeah, and you can have a coffee, £2, thank you.
Yeah, but if people want to come in and just see us and have a sit down, we're limited on space at the shop. It's not a massive space, but
no,
I think if we've got something where people can come in and they know they can come in, and if people are having a bad day or they're having a bad time, they can come in and go, put the kettle on. That's all that needs to be said, man.
Yeah,
don't need to say
and
fancy your brew.
Something which I quite like about our shop is because of the size of it. It's, everyone's in fairly close proximity to each other. Occasionally legs get touched and stuff, but aside from that,
that's what. Go on. I just clicked on.
When we're all cutting, and there's people waiting and stuff, like everyone becomes kind of involved, and conversations go across the shop, and everyone gets involved, and it's kind of just an extension of that. It's not really even a business decision. It's just more of a we will have a social
decision.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, as a biker, there's bike space out the front. So in the summer months, we'd like to see lots of bikes on the front. Obviously, loud pipes save lives. New T-shirt from for birthday. Obviously,
I want to ride my bike. I haven't got one.
But
you know about the shop being small.
Yeah.
That must be what Jen and Gabby always means. It's not the size that matters, it's what you do with it. That's what must be what they mean. It's the only thing.
Exactly what they mean. Yeah. What else would they be talking about?
It makes sense now, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the plans for the shop, and
that's gonna be good, man.
It's gonna be
need to look at the shop. The shop's mint. We love the shop, and when we say to people, we're changing the shop, people go, "Oh, I like the shop."
Yeah, but
so we're aware of that. We're not going to lose the essence and the funny smell of the shop.
the funny
smell,
the 3-day-old tuna wrap,
the crab stick smell. Crab paste. And we always, what's that smell? It's the pasta,
Drains.
What you've left in you've left in there, 18-day aged all fucking.
Open it up, and he's like the knight off of Indiana Jones, where he opens the fridge and the pasta just goes, "Dude, come."
I had to pick up a porridge the other day, left the spoon in to do it, put the thing in all that, put it on at about 10 to 9, came to it at about 10 to 5, thinking, fucking hell. And Liam came in, he went, "What the fuck is that in there?" I said, "What?" And then he picked the spoon up like that, and he just went like a nice lolly. He went, Merlin couldn't even pull that sword out of that stone there. Fucking true, man. Useless.
Yeah. But, so it's gonna be good. And I think, to be honest, we've been trading for 6 years as sort of Headingham Cuts now, and I think we're at the point where we're obviously busy, which is great, but it's very easy to get complacent with a business. And I think by having the change up, reorganising how we do business in the shop, taking away all the surfaces that Cal puts shit all over, is going to tidy the shop up, and it's also going to just give us a little bit of reinvigoration.
Oh, another big word of that.
It's probably not even a word, but yeah, just to give us that new sort of.
It'd be nice. It'd be mad. Because we've spoke about going to different shops and all that, haven't we? We've spoke about it needs to be the right area and stuff, but we love where we work, man. A lot of our clients live around there. They can walk down and get their hair cut, but it'd be nice for them to walk down or walk past and just pop in and go, fucking hell, because there's nothing like that. You've got the cafe, you've got different bits and pieces, but you go into a cafe, you don't get an atmosphere.
No.
Get a thing. So if people are coming into our shop and you've got Bewitched on full blast, and you've got nice coffee on the go.
Yeah.
Blame it on the weatherman. Is that on our playlist? Don't forget, Weatherman, Bewitched, big tune.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the shop covered.
That's the shop covered. Yeah.
So next time he's coming for a haircut after Christmas, it's going to look all different.
Yes, it will.
Very different.
And Liam is going to come and help because you're away. And my brother doesn't know, but he's also going to come and help.
And anyone who's handy as fuck will be being asked of our clients. Yeah. And if any one of our clients actually wants to do anything, help,
then they can.
Use a fan, take it to the skip and stuff.
Yeah. Warren Bibby, he's going to come and do lights for us.
Action.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to say as well, weren't we? We're going to say about, we don't know who listens to this podcast. We just say we see listeners, and it's like there's just so many zeros at the end of it that we know it's millions, but we don't know specifically who they are.
Yeah.
So we want to be a bit more interactive with people who are listening.
Yeah.
If you're listening, let us know.
That kind of segues us into the next topic, actually, because we've talked about where we've been, what we've done, but we want to talk about the future of the podcast, because this is the last of season 1. This is episode 20.
20.
Yeah. So we're going to be starting in the new year. It will probably likely be around, to be safe, I would say don't expect anything before at least the middle of February.
Valentine's special. Ooh, Valentine's special. Get the lady babes on.
Oh, yeah, that's a shout.
Topless Tuesday.
Okay,
yeah. Great, man.
Anyway, so, yeah, middle of February will likely be our first podcast release for season 2. And the idea is to give it more structure, add video on, which is what this is. And we want it to be more interactive, and we want to grow the audience. We realise that's very difficult because most people that listen to this are people that know us. But if you listen to this podcast because you know us and you're like, oh yeah, these are fairly funny, very funny, I think you'll find, then tell your friends.
Let us know what you want to hear as well. That's what we said, didn't we?
Yeah, if you've got a topic that you would like to hear our thoughts on, we would like to hear from you. And you can drop us a message on, Dear Boys Podo on Instagram. Or you can, message us, or you can just tell us when you come in for a haircut.
Suggestions box at work.
Oh, that's a good idea. That'll be on the bar. Box. Yeah, suggestions box.
I've had that for ages. You don't even read mine. Stop leaving skiddies on the bog.
Don't throw movement on there.
Always use air freshener.
Are you going to eat that?
I didn't eat that. Have you got that? No, and that was.
They're not black enough for you to eat.
Yeah, far too ripe for me.
Yeah,
that was the thing we said as well. People, if you've got a funny, because obviously a lot of our clients do listen. We don't know who's who. We want to say, because we talk about stuff in the shop, and we're going to do a video at the shop, do a live podcast at the shop eventually.
Well, once the bar's in, that'll be the backdrop for the podo. Can he?
Yeah, so we can do things in there. We can have because I've said this. I've probably said before. If you've got a camera up on the corner of the shop, wherever we can see all of us and hear all of us, and you just let it play for a week or even a day, 2 days, whatever, you forget it was there. Like I'm here now, I'm talking like a fucking
sausage.
Yeah, like an ironing board and all that, because the camera's on you. And I hate being on the camera, but Wayne said I needed to be on the camera because I like being there. I prefer to be naked. So if you've got a camera on there, you forget about it there. The amount of shit what happens is things that get said, and people who come in, random stories and stuff like that. That would be a funny TV show. If you got someone to edit like 20 hours of footage or whatever, pick the funniest bits on, even just like a clip show or whatever like that. But I've said it for ages that that's something we should do.
Yeah.
So there's stuff like that. We'll be planning on doing stuff like that, I reckon. Just have a bit of a laugh with it,
Have a bit of a laugh.
Because life gets a bit things sometimes, so you need to have a little giggle to.
Yeah, but I think
if
it goes well and we build a bit more of an audience, then potentially doing some live podcasts, I think would work out quite well. we do want to continue the theme of guests as well, of occasionally having a special guest from time to time. We've got a few ideas on that. No spoilers, but they might be famous.
True.
They also might not be. Yeah.
Well, they won't be famous till they come on our podcast. Then afterwards,
they'll blow up.
Blue tick.
Blue tick. Yeah. Leave us behind.
Yeah, man. Leave us in the dust.
Yeah. So, part 2. What we want to talk about now is our greatest hits, basically.
What an album we've had.
What an album. And of the 19 episodes up to now, there's 3 that stand out the most. And this isn't just our opinion, this is off of the analytics from Spotify. Fancy pants. So, the first one that we did that had the most listens and the most amount of feedback, not just positive feedback, but just feedback in general, because it was all positive, to be honest. It's not been negative, is it? Was the importance of being idle barbers, which I believe is episode 2 or 3. It was really early on, and
I really didn't know that was going to hit so many nerves. That we kind of thought it could, but the amount of people. So the importance of being idle barbers. If you've not listened to that one, that was like.
It was quite a grown-up episode for us, and we. So to sort of recap, we as barbers, we have a lot of people come in the shop, a lot of men specifically coming in the shop, and they offload like whatever their issues are, whether it's a minor gripe. We did some gripe episodes as well.
Like them.
We'll revisit that.
Okay, right.
But
loads.
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah. It really sort of struck a chord with us about how important it is that we are there almost as an unofficial service to listen to people. My coffee's steaming everywhere. Look.
Hot up.
And it has remained true that in the last certainly 6 months, June we just looked was the last episode that we recorded, and since that, there's been a whole host of things that have happened to people that have been in the shop, and that we've kind of offered our support to. Not that we can do anything in particular.
All you've got to do is listen,
and that's all you've got to do is listen. And I'm not gonna embarrass anyone here, but there is a particular case and it is a case, I suppose, because we're now serious podcasters, that I want to discuss. And we had a client who, like I say, I'm not going to mention any names, but that him and his wife, they lost their daughter, and it was awful. Like, you cannot fathom as a parent what these people are going through, and all we can do is try and empathise and listen, and that's what we have done. And we've offered any support that we can give, and we've said, if they want us to do any charity stuff or anything like that, we will do that. And I'm not going to talk about specifics about this because it's not our place to do that, but it was something that has really struck a chord with us this year, and we want people to know that we are open to listening to people, and it's not always easy to talk, especially if there's more people in the shop and all the rest of it. But
I think with that one, it was people. That I always talk to you, so I always tell you when I come in, I feel comfortable to talk. But a lot of people didn't know that.
So it was a thing.
Yeah. Then they were like, "Okay, I'll actually, yeah." And then I think more people have been opened up to us and all that, which is brilliant. That's what we want, man. If you're in the chair for 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever you're in the chair for,
yeah,
if something's on your mind and you've got a one-on-one person to talk to, chances are you're gonna, if you're letting them trust them, let you cut your hair, you're gonna trust them with anything else. And what we say, we're all ears, man. So if you've got stuff on your mind, fucking tell us.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a two-way street, man. Because especially recently with me and stuff like that, with stuff that's been going on in my life and your life and that, and people sitting there like that, and someone said to me the other day, they're like, "You all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine, man." And I was like, I wasn't all right because I've had some shit news and I was in a stinking mood. But I thought I've got to keep up appearances here. Yeah. But no, what's up, man? You can tell there's something bothering you. And I thought, ooh,
yeah,
it's the other way around. All right. I was like, fucking hell, yeah. How long you fucking got, son? Yeah. And I started checking, oh, this is happening, and I'm just thinking about this and how it's going to affect that, And they were like, oh, well, if you try that, and just me telling that one person, and him giving another spin of his advice or what he should do, or yeah, and being sympathetic, being like, oh, that's shit, mate. Yeah. Oh, fair play for you for doing that, and then and I thought to myself, bloody hell, that's the feeling what they get when we try and help them out. So we're just as grateful of it as that, because it's a therapy session sometimes, man. It's not just a haircut; it's a therapy session sometimes. Yeah, a lot of the time it can be.
I'm going to just jump in on there as well, and I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I do 2 weekly therapy sessions myself. And I know that there are a lot of blokes out there that are like, oh, therapy, tree hugging and stuff. But it isn't, like, to start with. And what I will say is, for anybody struggling, is that for me, this is something I said to my therapist, is 100 years ago, people used to keep journals and they'd get their quill and they go, look, today I, jumped off a cliff into the river, into the cool waters and whatever shit. But people used to write journals and stuff. And that's a way of getting stuff out of your head and out and onto a page. But we don't do that as people anymore. Now people do keep journals, of course. More power to them. But excuse me, most of us don't. And what we do is, I think we're all slightly guilty of it. You put your best bits on social media and everyone's like, oh, their life's amazing. But you don't have any way of getting rid of your negativity. And I think therapy is that process. It's a sounding board. It's a way for you to download, offload, however you want to put it. And it doesn't have to be about... how do you feel about that? It doesn't have to be like that.
Shrink, does it?
No, it doesn't.
But in our thing, it's the same form of therapy. In it, if you're sitting there licking something,
exactly. Yeah, this is what I'm getting at. Yeah, and I think my therapist, Di at DMG Counselling. I'm going to shout her out because she does a fantastic job. She helps a lot of people, and if anybody is struggling with anything, it could be really serious or it could be a niggle, I would thoroughly recommend that you go and see her because she's very good at what she does. Obviously it's all confidential, she's a very, very good and well-rounded person.
There's no shame in it, is there, man? No. That's what a lot of blokes say, I'm not going to see a fucking therapist, man, I'm not that bad. Yeah. But then you think, well, you're bad enough that we want to do something about it. And we've said again, problems are problems, aren't they? It might be minuscule for you, but if just by talking to somebody. But a lot of people, we know people who come in the shop, they won't say a word to us. They've got a lot of shit on their mind, but no one wants to hear it. Fucking, you don't know that people don't want to hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know, man. If you are struggling and you do tell someone, you go, fucking hell, man, I'm glad I told someone about that because I've been bottling up.
It just takes the weight off, doesn't it?
I'm guilty as anything for it. I'll bottle something, I'll get more and more pissed off and more pissed off. And then I'll snap and then I'll be like, fucking hell, you ready to get the bin out and the things that are fucking and you'll go... And you'll kick off and you'll go, fucking hell, man. I'm not pissed off with the bin, I'm pissed off with the 10 other things I've
exactly.
in mind. But
I think this is just my analysis of you.
Of my brain.
Of you and your brain. I think you're more of a traditional bloke when it comes to thoughts and feelings and stuff like that. And although you fully acknowledge them, like me, I think you deal with things in a different way to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Man. Yeah. And I think it's because I'm always... I'm always the person who people talk to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that the people will come to me and they'll tell them.
Yeah.
I'll get mates who message me who I've not spoken to for years and years and years, or months, and they'll message me for it because they'll know they'll get an honest answer. They'll know they'll get a grounded answer, and I'll give them an honest opinion. Whereas, oh no, you're all right, yeah. You didn't start that job, yeah. And I'll go, yeah, you definitely start that job, mate, but have something to fall back on and do whatever. So when I'm trying to help everyone else, and then I do.
I'm gonna touch a nerve here. Oh, cool. When you lost your dad.
Yeah.
Do you mean? There he is. Right. When you lost your dad, and obviously you rang me and you were like, your dad's died. Oh, what? And you were like, I just found out my dad's died. So I literally jumped in the car, grabbed a bottle of whiskey, and I was here in 10 minutes, I think. 8 minutes. And yeah, 8 actually. And you know, you were here and you were just like numb, which is, I think, normal. If we crashed, I don't know. Sorry about that, the technical glitch. So anyway, I was just saying, touching on a nerve, and when we lost your dad, and I come round with a bottle of whiskey, 8 minutes. You know, and you were numb, which is understandable. And then and then I was like, well, you know, you go up north, and you were like, no, I'm just going to stay down here and work. And I'm like, what? And you processed it in a completely different way. This isn't to say you didn't process it, but you processed it in a completely different way to what I would have expected someone to process it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think an element of that, and even then, like, then obviously I came up for the funeral and you're there with your family and you spent more time making sure that everybody else was okay than actually allowing yourself to have that time. And I'm not saying you didn't, but that's your nature. You always that's how you are. You make sure everyone else is okay before you think about yourself.
It's that for me, man.
And that's it's a great quality to have, but also hazardous.
Yeah, and it was the next day. I was like, because it took us months and months to even process it. Like,
yeah,
because I spoke to him on the day, like, Daddy speaks to me every day, man.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was hard to it's hard to get your head around it. But I thought, well, I can either sit round here and moping about it, or I can get into work and I can practice what I'm preaching.
Yeah.
When I need someone and they need someone, be that person to be there for them. People started realising about it, but it was because of the first bit we didn't know we died. We didn't know I would die for 4 days.
Yeah.
Them 4 days are a complete fucking blur to me.
Yeah.
So we didn't know what was going on. So it was like,
yeah,
I thought, if I sit round here in the house and I don't know how he's died and he's maybe topped himself, whatever, we didn't know.
That was the worry, I remember.
And it was like, if I sit round here thinking about that, I'll fucking go mad. So I thought, he hadn't. It was health related, it was a heart attack. But I got into the shop and it was just, I thought, I'll come into the shop and I feel like shit and I think, nah, I can't do this, I'm going to go home. Didn't want to feel like it.
Yeah.
I thought, nah, I'd rather be in an environment with people who I appreciate their company.
Yeah, being
and
around
having you there to speak to if I did have a wobble or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what I've done. And then it's like, after a while, it's like, right, you go, because I live 6 hours away from here. Somebody died, I wasn't going to drive 6 hours to see people and say he's all right, and then drive 6 hours back to drive 6 hours.
Yeah, there was definitely the practical.
There was a bit of limbo there, and all I could think of was, I need to be there for Jaden now. Not because he was, because of what's happened, but because of what I didn't want it to affect me and him seeing me like destroyed and all that. So you did, and maybe it is a bit of a macho way of doing it, but it's just what I felt was right at the time, and I just thought
there's no right or wrong way to process these things.
He was keeping my spirits up, Jay. So I just wanted to spend as much time with him, put all my time into work, it was distractions, and I've realised it was distractions. And as a process more and more and time goes on, it's been over a year now.
Yeah.
And I think it was a while back when I was driving to Cambridge to go and see Gabby's parents with Jaden in the car, and we do the same route every time. We go up to Haverhill, go that way, and that's the route we used to go to Carlisle. Every time we go there, we go that way. Jaden to get to Haverhill, get an hour into the drive, and he'd fall asleep.
Yeah.
And as soon as he fall asleep, I'd ring my dad to say we're on the way up, and I'll chat to him for a good part of an hour, 2 hours, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd done it on the way to Ving, man. And he fell asleep. I'd scrolled down to the thing to ring my dad, and it started ringing, and I just knocked it off like that, and I thought, right, okay, and that was it. Obviously, which was weird because I've been to his funeral. I knew he was dead.
Yeah.
But I still subconsciously.
Yeah.
And I've never lost anyone before. I've never lost someone that close.
It'd be weirder if he answered.
I know. Imagine. Fucking plot.
Imagine that.
Plot. Be dead day off. plot twist. But yeah, so all the stuff since a year ago, all the things we've touched on, when we're laughing and joking about it, and you've had your experiences about stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
But you do, man. You deal with stuff differently, and you think of things differently. And now I've got a different, like. Don't want to get too philosophical. Is that a word? That is a fucking word.
Well done.
Thanks, mate. But I don't. But
you have a different perspective.
You have a different look on things, and you think, what are you waiting for now? What's what we're waiting for? Like, what's the? If you can drop dead at 60-year-old,
yeah.
When you can get hit by a bus tomorrow, I know it sounds. I've heard these things a million times. Live for today, not for tomorrow, and all that. You hear all that, and you don't until something happens where you can actually relate to it. You're like, actually,
that's
right. Stuff with all the aftershave and all that. I've just thought, fuck it, man. Let's fucking have a go at it, see what happens.
Yeah, definitely.
And put things into being a dad, into work, and doing other things. Trying to be a good person still.
Yeah.
While dealing with that, don't lose sight of what you've been preaching for the last fucking 33 years.
Yeah, definitely.
But that was a big thing for me, like, and then having people there and the people. I've said that on another podcast a while back. I didn't really talk about this, but like, my phone just blew up and people messaging like that, and I was so overwhelmed, and because I was processing the fact that he was dead, I'm like, all these people and like teachers from school and stuff like that, people who knew my dad exactly, and I was like, how do you reply to messages and be there for your son and work and all that? So I've definitely come away from my phone quite a bit and just been like, right, let's just that'll be there still. Let's just think about there's no point walking your dogs and being on a beautiful walk and being like that on your phone.
No,
don't forget to look up, man. And you look up and you think, right, that.
It's a fair point. That's actually, looking up is a thing that I do. If you're stressed, here's the top tip, right? Listeners, viewers, as we've got viewers now, is if you are feeling miserable for whatever reason, it could be that something's pissed you off, it could be something that's long-term, ongoing, whatever. But just to very quickly get yourself out of a shit situation, feeling-wise, go outside and look up. Literally go outside and look up at the sky, at the stars, clouds, whatever. Because I don't know what it is, but for me, it works. Just look up. And that physical act, for me at least, helps reset my brain.
Right. Everyone's got that one thing, haven't they? But you need to find that one thing, because
exactly.
For me, if I look at that tree outside, man. I look outside and I'm just like, you just need. I think it's people like water. I like water, man.
Yeah.
When you're with somewhere, the sea or the river or something like that, you go out for a walk and you need to find that
nature.
calmness.
Nature.
When you're still.
Yeah.
It's just like you need that for
tranquility, just for a few seconds.
Everyone needs to find that.
Because
it's usually free as well. You don't have to pay for
that's true.
For that stuff.
Yeah.
So you pay for therapy, do all this stuff, but really, if you want to do something short term, just go and do something that makes you happy.
Yeah.
Do something that you know you're going to appreciate. Take half an hour, whether it's to the gym, whether it's a walk outside, whether it's going for a dump, whatever. Do something that makes you happy.
Cable.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel better for that. Anyway, so that was depressing.
I know. But here's some funny stuff.
That sort of comes off the back of the importance of being idle barbers episode. So, if any of that resonates with you, then I encourage anyone to go back and just have a listen to that episode, because although it's serious, there's still some funny bits in it. The next episode that got some really good responses and quite a lot of feedback and interaction was
people wanted more, didn't they?
People wanted more.
Because people have obviously down here, the Southerners are listening to it, but I've got mates up north who will know my family and stuff listen to them.
Yeah, and it's the North versus South episode, and people were like, "Oh, well, we thought it was going to be like a rivalry."
Yeah,
and actually, it wasn't.
It could be though, because the more I live down south, the more I do love living down south.
The thing is, I can't disagree with anything.
Yeah, that's the thing in there.
Do you know what I mean?
It's more the when you live up when you live down here, you just that's the price of everything. But I'm not living in the south, so I can't. I find it hard to differentiate where I live.
For a Kit Kat,
mate, it's £1.50 for a bag of crisps the other day, and they were like that full. I'm like, £1.50 for a bag of crisps. Come on, you dirty southern bastards, man.
But that was a funny episode.
Yeah, we'll do another one. I think we'll
revisit that.
We'll revisit that because people were like, "Oh, was that it?"
And
did you didn't like that one, did you? You big bastard.
And
it was I was expecting it to be about Cumberland sausages versus pie and mash and all that. So we'll do a rivalry episode. And the last one, really, that was a big episode for us was pet peeves. We did a few episodes that we've done gripes, but we did a whole episode of pet peeves. I've got fucking loads more.
Yeah,
that's one, man.
Exactly. And I'm going to just very quickly touch on one.
Go on.
You know, baseball caps, or not, snapbacks. You know, the flat peak. Right. I have nothing against the hat themselves, but there is a special place reserved in hell for people that wear them and tuck the top of their ears in. Fucking hell. I see them in Tesco's or whatever, or on the school run, someone's wearing a fucking snapback. And I'm like, yeah, fair enough, you know. And then they'll turn to the side and their fucking ears are tucked in like this.
Like a pin, like ball of summer.
And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and I literally, in my head, I go, there's a special place in hell reserved for you.
Never punch a pit bull, never punch a pit bull.
But I will punch you if you're wearing your ears in the top of your hat.
You know for a fact how many people are going to come into the shop with that. just a while, you know, just go, well.
On that, another pet peeve. If you're coming for a haircut, don't wear a fucking hat into the shop. I'll tell you why.
Don't wear gel either, man.
Don't wear gel. We know about gel, but don't wear a hat.
Wear this.
Wear supersonic hair
this. It's much better for your hair, much better for the environment. Washes out
with
quickly.
a supersonic pen. Yeah. Don't wear a hair. Don't wear a hat in before your haircut. Ridges. You'll get ridges around your hair, right? And you get like, I wear glasses, so I get this ridge here, right? So, you know, there.
You know, like an axe wound.
Yeah, no, yeah. And but you get the same, like a hat pushes into the skin around your head, and then you expect a clean fade, don't you? People. Or minimal ridges. So, yeah, there's a couple of new peeves. Any you want to add in? We'll do another pet peeves episode,
man.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, pet fucking peeves. When's Christmas?
25th of December.
Of December?
Yeah.
Why you folk got the lights up and all the stuff in October?
Don't.
Christmas songs, there was advent calendars and Christmas songs on at the end of September in the co-op.
We took Jackson trick-or-treating on Halloween, obviously, 31st of October, for those not following the Gregorian calendar.
There was Christmas lights.
There was one house that Jackson knocked on the door, trick-or-treat, was like, trick-or-treat. And then through this woman's living room window with her blinds open, she had a Christmas tree up covered in Halloween decoration.
Oh.
And I was like, are you mental?
I love Christmas, man. And having Jaden and that, Christmas is great. It's for the kids, man. It's magical for the children. It is, though, isn't it?
For the children.
But I do love that time of year and stuff. But it's that time of year, like Christmas is for me. It's December, not all the other things.
Yeah.
Like, I've still got fucking bonfire night to go, man.
Christmas for me is from the 19th of December today up until Christmas Day.
Birthday week.
Birthday week. Because as a kid, my parents were always very good at separating birthday and Christmas. And because it's on the 18th, I think that's why I'm like, oh, it's not Christmas yet. It's not Christmas yet. And then a birthday, I'm like, oh, I've done nothing.
Yeah.
So
when you've got 19 calendars up to open on the advent calendar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I sat there yesterday.
I was in that you said about Christmas and that. In my house, I shared a birthday with my dad. My brother's was the day before, and my other brother's was 5 days before.
Yeah.
So he'd have Liam's birthday. He'd have 5 days. And Liam, now I think he's still to me to this day about it. That he'd get a cake and have his birthday, and the next day it's my birthday. Hey, Cal's birthday now. You're like, yeah. I used to get a fucking one slice of cake of his leftovers with one candle on and all that. Yeah. So he still hates me to this day.
But yeah, so they're the three top episodes that we've revisited as a little thanks. Thanks to everyone that's listened.
Yeah, the feedback's been good, man.
Yeah. About time we round off, really.
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about? Anything else?
Let's talk about this shameless thing. Thank you to everyone. I've already said thank you, but thank you again for everyone who supported this. We've now got the hair putty, we've got candles,
We've got the candles,
we've got the cakes, we've got diffusers coming, we've got new products. Now I'm working part-time, I've been having a lot more time to think about this, and there's lots. For next year, it's going to be a big year for this. So people who are buying it now, that's been a good introduction because people have been using it after shop, after the haircut, and then grab them on the next thing. So I've been barbering for 10
By
years.
this, for people that are listening, it's the supersonic hair putty.
Hair putty. And without blowing my own trumpet, because I didn't make it, I've had it made specifically what I think could be good.
You've developed it though. You didn't do the lab work, but it's been developed to your spec.
Yeah. So it's. I think we've got hundreds of clients who come in, and I wanted to get a product what I think the majority of people can use, and that is honestly, that's genuinely. That'll go toe to toe with anything that I've come across in the last 10 years of barbering.
Yeah.
That'll go toe to toe with anything.
Today's market.
150 easy, Declan Moss. Yeah, so thank you for everyone who's been buying it. There's a lot more to come with this. We're talking about ideas and writing shit down. I've got a book full of random shit in there. A load of pages of stuff for next year, what I'm going to be doing, and it's exciting, man. And the more people who buy it for the first time, and the more people who buy into the brand and realise the story behind it and whatever, it's nice, man. And I appreciate people's support, people's ideas. The more you brainstorm about it, the more ideas you get, and it's been good.
Good segue.
Good segue.
Good segue. So that brings us into next season of the Dear Boys podcast. So we've had some ideas, but Cal's turned the page. So there's a few things we're going to talk about, and we've got some topics. I'm not going to go specific on topics, but one of the things that we like the idea of is doing a mind map episode. So what we're going to do is sit here with a whiteboard with a topic, and we're going to put it in the middle, and then we're basically going to do a live mind map of going, where does that thought take us? That's going to be fun.
Yeah, and we've got schoolboy errors, role models, fashion,
us,
holidays and travelling, accents. Yeah, there's some funny things there, and we're going to actually specifically talk about stuff what we know people will appreciate.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be quite good.
And we'll sort some time where we'll actually fucking do it.
And importantly, if there is a topic that you, like I said earlier, if there's a topic that you would like to hear us discuss and hear our unique insights on, then drop us a message or tell us in the shop because we're open to discuss almost anything. No religion, no politics.
Yeah.
Yes. But apart from hating the Tories, maybe.
Living in the UK, man.
In the UK, yeah.
Fucking I could live there. I could waffle on for that for hours, man.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that one day, but it'll send everyone to sleep, I'm sure, because everyone will go, fucking right.
Protest.
Yeah. Well, hopefully as well, if we get about, we would like to do some on the road podos as well. So if you have a business or a location that you would like to be involved in the podcast, then we are completely open to that. Have Bike will travel, not him, obviously. That's something for the new year.
You want to pack on my head to do my bike test, man. I'm clumsy. I'm a clumsy man. I nearly fall off a push bike every time I go on my push bike, man.
It's different. You'll be trained.
But I'll be fucking useless, man.
If you think Cal should go and do his bike test, then let us know. Because then we could be...
And if anyone's going to spare a few grand and all for doing a test and get a decent bike, fine.
If any bike training companies are listening and you'd like to endorse, if you'd like to endorse the podcast by giving Cal,
that'd be funny, man.
Giving Cal some training that we could record and put out there,
like the in-betweeners, man.
Like the in-betweeners. But if anyone's interested in doing that, because it'd be good exposure for you, and
fucking would.
I'd love to see you on a bike with a little piss pot helmet.
Hello, useless man.
You look like Hagrid.
I'd be fucking used to look at me when I wear a hat.
Oh,
like,
sorry about that.
better out didn't.
Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
So imagine me with a fucking helmet on.
Not fluffy. Ugh. See?
Imagine me with a fucking helmet on.
Hagrid.
Look like.
Yeah.
I'll do a bike test. It would be funny.
Get the long overcoat and goggles as well. Yeah. So yeah, Cal's going to look at doing his bike test in the new year. It's a business write-off anyway.
I might do. We'll see how Supersonic goes first.
He will. Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of things coming for the year ahead.
Let's wrap it up, anyways, because you've heard enough.
Yeah. So, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Happy Christmas to all our clients. Happy Christmas. Oh, the raffle.
Oh, the raffle.
You've got 4 more days.
Got 4 more days at time of recording. So the Christmas raffle, very quickly, for anybody that doesn't know, that isn't maybe a regular client, every year we run a Christmas raffle in the shop, and we have 10 or 12 prizes, but the top prizes are basically a year's worth of free haircuts. And this is something that
It's a good one.
It's a good one. It works out on average that a year of free haircuts to a customer is worth about 300 quid. There's 3 chances this year of winning that, because there's 3 of us in the shop, including Liam, who also may come on as the odd guest next season as well. The long man, we should call him long man because he's got a massive cock.
It's like a javelin.
We're frozen. About time we round off, really.
Yeah.
What else do you want to talk about? Anything else?
Let's talk about this shameless thing. Thank you to everyone. I've already said thank you, but thank you again for everyone who supported this. We've now got the hair putty, we've got candles,
We've got the candles,
we've got the cakes, we've got diffusers coming, we've got new products. And now I'm working part-time, I've been having a lot more time to think about this, and there's lots. For next year, it's going to be a big year for this. So people who are buying it now, that's been a good introduction, because people have been using it after the shop, after the haircut, and then grab them on the next thing. So I've been barbering for 10 years.
By this, for people that are listening, it's the Supersonic hair putty.
Hair putty. And without blowing my own trumpet, because I didn't make it, I've had it made specifically what I think could be good after my
You've developed it, though. You didn't do the lab work, but it's been developed to your spec.
Yeah, so it's. I think we've got hundreds of clients who come in, and I wanted to get a product what I think the majority of people can use, and that is, honestly, that's genuinely, that'll go toe to toe with anything that I've come across in the last 10 years of barbering.
Yeah,
that'll go toe to toe with anything.
Today's market.
150 easy, Declan Moss. Yeah, so thank you for everyone who's been buying it. There's a lot more to come with this. We're talking about ideas and writing shit down. I've got a book full of random shit in there. A load of pages of stuff for next year, what I'm going to be doing, and it's exciting, man. And the more people who buy it for the first time, and the more people who buy into the brand and realise the story behind it and whatever, it's nice, man. And I appreciate people's support. People's ideas, the more you brainstorm about it, the more ideas you get, and it's been good.
Good segue.
Good segue.
Good segue. So that brings us into next season of the Dear Boys podcast. So we've had some ideas, but Cal's turned the page. So there's a few things we're going to talk about, and we've got some topics. I'm not going to go specific on topics, but one of the things that we like the idea of is doing a mind map episode. So what we're going to do is sit here with a whiteboard with a topic, and we're going to put it in the middle, and then we're basically going to do a live mind map of going, where does that thought take us? That's going to be fun.
Yeah, and we've got schoolboy errors, role models, fashion,
us,
holidays and travelling, accents. Yeah, there's some funny things there, and we're going to actually specifically talk about stuff what we know people will appreciate.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be quite good.
And we'll sort some time where we're actually fucking doing
And importantly, if there is a topic that you, like I said earlier, if there's a topic that you would like to hear us discuss, and hear our unique insights on, then drop us a message or tell us in the shop, because we're open to discuss almost anything. No religion, no politics.
Yeah.
Yes. But apart from hating the Tories, maybe.
Living in the UK, man.
In the UK, yeah.
Fucking hell, I could live there. I could waffle on for that for hours, man.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that one day, but it'll send everyone to sleep, I'm sure, because everyone will go, fucking right.
We protest.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully as well, if we get about, we would like to do some on the road podos as well. So if you have a business or a location that you would like to be involved in the podcast, then we are completely open to that. Have Bike will travel, not him, obviously. That's something for the new year.
You pick on my head to do my bike test, man. I'm clumsy. I'm a clumsy man. I nearly fall off a push bike every time I go on my push bike, man.
It's different. You'll be trained.
But I'll be fucking useless, man.
If you think Cal should go and do his bike test, then let us know. Because then we could be...
And if anyone's going to spare a few grand and all for doing a test and get a decent bike,
yeah,
fine.
If any bike training companies are listening and you'd like to endorse, if you'd like to endorse the podcast by giving Cal,
that'd be funny, man.
Giving Cal some training that we could record and put out there,
like the in-betweeners, man.
Like the in-betweeners. But if anyone's interested in doing that, because it'd be good exposure for you, and
fucking would.
I'd love to see you on a bike with a little piss pot helmet.
Hello, useless man.
You look like Hagrid.
I'd be fucking useless. Look at me when I wear a hat.
Oh, like... sorry about that.
Better out than in.
Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
So imagine me with a fucking helmet on.
Not fluffy. Ugh. See?
Imagine me with a fucking helmet on.
Hagrid.
Look like...
Yeah.
I'll do a bike test. It would be funny.
Get the long overcoat and goggles as well, yeah. So, yeah. Cal's going to look at doing his bike test in the new year. It's a business write-off anyway.
I might do. We'll see what's on it goes first.
He will. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of things coming for the year ahead.
Let's wrap it up anyways, because you've heard enough.
Yeah. So, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Happy Christmas. To all our clients, Happy Christmas. Oh, the raffle.
Oh, the raffle.
You've got 4 more days.
You've got 4 more days at time of recording. So, the Christmas raffle, very quickly, for anybody that doesn't know, that isn't maybe a regular client, every year we run a Christmas raffle in the shop, and we have 10 or 12 prizes, but the top prizes are basically a year's worth of free haircuts. And this is something that
we've... Good one.
It's a good one. It works out on average that a year of free haircuts to a customer is worth about 300 quid. There's 3 chances this year of winning that, because there's 3 of us in the shop, including Liam, who also may come on as the odd guest next season as well. The long man, we should call him long man because he's got a massive cock.
It's like a javelin.
It's frozen. Yeah, so Liam will likely come on in the new season. But the raffle is a good thing to get involved with, because, you know, let's be honest, January's a shit month for us, so we do it because it helps us out get through the month. There's no secret about that. We don't do it for charity and that, but it does help us out.
But it's going to go through the thing, innit? It's going to go towards the refurb.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So it goes to a good cause. You know, the new motorbike fund and that. But the bike test fund. But if you want to be involved with a raffle, it's £5 a ticket, or it's a strip of 5 tickets for 20 quid. So you actually 4 tickets and you get 1 free. And we draw on Christmas Eve, so we always do a live draw.
The next time you see us on video will be very different.
We'll be very, very drunk.
You always stay, man. It's great, man. You drink all day and you do that.
In fact, that is the origin of the podcast. For those going back to episode 1 of where it all began, we started doing the podcast because we do the live video draw every year.
And people were like,
you guys need to do a podcast. It's quite funny. So we were like, all right then, we will. And here we are with all 3 followers.
4.
Oh, 4. Yeah, well done. Thanks, Rick.
Got my joy.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's been a fun year. It's also been a shit year in some ways, but that's life.
That's life.
That's what I
thank you for all our people who come and get their cut, come and listen to us waffle on. Yeah, we appreciate that massively, man.
Absolutely. So, without further ado, have a very Merry Christmas, and we will see you
at the bar.
See you at the bar. We'll see in the new shop.
See you
in the new year.
See you on the hairy dance floor.
Yeah. So, is that a euphemism?
Come down for haircut.
Yeah. Have a great Christmas. We'll see you in the new year.
Yeah. Love yous.
See ya.
Have a lovely Christmas.